Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Gadsden City High School for tonight's matchup featuring the Vestavia Hills Rebels and the Gadsden City Titans. I'm Jen Newsom alongside my partner Sam Culbertson. Rebels coming off a big win last week against Spain Park. The offense really showing up. Braden Glenn, 5 of 5 for 100 yards. Brian Agee and Tam Crawford really carrying the load on the ground, each over 100 yards. And can't forget Landon Neese. Now, obviously, a big anchor in that backfield, and the defense stepping up big time. They only gave up 7 points to a highly explosive Spain Park offense, and Bennett Meredith, who's a 3-star quarterback. So a great showing last week for Vestavia Hills.
Yeah, Vestavia were looking to, not bounce back, but just build on that game from last week. Gadsden City, they are definitely looking to bounce back after 2 big blowout losses to Thompson and Hewitt, 2 of the powerhouses in the state. So
You said
it should be a pretty good game here.
Yeah, for sure. You said build off of last week's win. Obviously, we've lost to Thompson and Hewitt. We've lost some big games this year, obviously. Oak Mountain, not to mention, but all of our losses have been relatively close, minus Thompson. We were right in the Thompson game at one point. So it's played bad football this year.
And we'll
Just played some
see
better
the
teams
game.
than us.
For sure.
And just come up very short every little time. So I really nothing to fear. Obviously, 2 games left. Coach Anderson's got 2 games left. You know the players are playing for him right now. Obviously, no chance to get in the playoffs. They just want to send him out on a good note. Coach Anderson, 48 years of excellence here at Vestavia Hills High School, 42 as the head coach, winningest coach in Alabama high school football history. He means a lot to Vestavia Hills High School and this football program especially.
For sure, and I feel like a lot of the players are just, like you said, building off what you said, they're looking to go after the game. So they just want to send him off with 3 straight victories. As they look to play Chase Valley next week for that homecoming game. It's going to be fun.
And that stadium will be packed out. They didn't have any tickets they can sell. You know, a lot of people decent return there by Byers out to about the 25-yard line, and that's where Gadsden City will take over to begin this ball game.
Yeah, and that's what you like to see. I know it's just on the kickoff, but there are multiple rebels there, and finally coming in over 28, Thomas Watson coming in to make that finishing off tackle, and that's what you want to see. You always want to see a host of white jerseys around those red jerseys.
Very solid kick coverage there. So here comes Gadsden City out in the shotgun formation to begin the game. Got an H-back in there behind The tight end to the right. Here is the give to number 2, Christopher Miller. Nothing going.
Miller with the carry.
Maybe 2 before he's brought down by Michael Lawrence and Andrew Sykes.
Yeah, and one of those key things in that
Gain of 2 yards.
was that
Second and 8.
those front line, that front 4, and even that front 7. They were just putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback there and forcing him to make some throws that were uncanny for him.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Bennett Merritt had to run for his life last week, trying to throw the football. Speaking of throwing the football, there's number 9, DeMarcus Macon. Pass complete to number 8,
Pass to Woods.
Kayvon Woods. It's going to be a gain of about 2, and now we got a 3rd and 6
Third and
coming
7
up
for the
for the
Titans.
Titans.
And right here is where you want to get the Titans for the Rebels. You want to stick them in that 3rd and long, 3rd and medium range, and just try to get them to go 3 and out and set the tone for this game and show that the Rebels defense is here to play.
And 3 and out would be huge to begin this one. So here it is, the 3rd and 6 shotgun formation. Macon rolls out to his right. Sees nothing, so he's going to tuck and run, and a good play there by Houston Owen to knock him out. Looks like just shy of the first down marker. And they're going to mark him short for a 4th down.
Yeah, it looked like there was great coverage across the board there. Just those Rebels quarterbacks, even though it's a depleted group, that those cornerbacks and safeties were covering up those receivers pretty well, and the quarterback got no other option than just to try to tuck it and get those 6 yards when we picked up about 4.
Interesting move. The Titans look keep their offense on the field. Might be trying to draw the both sides, and a flag is coming in. As the Titans will start running people on the field late after the lineman got set.
Looking like it could be a delay of the game or a little substitution, one of the 2 on the Titans.
Looks like we got false start assessed against Titans. That's going to back them up 5 yards, and they will be punting. The punt unit is on the field. Got to believe that would try to just draw the Rebels off sides. Obviously didn't work. Rebels have been very good about that this year, falling for the hard counts. There's a low snap. The punt is blocked at the line, and that one's going to go across the 30. Not even make it the 30, I should say. Rebels with excellent field position at about the 26 to start this one.
It looked like Rebels just kind of pushed through the line there and just got 3 different guys out in the backfield. I'm not sure who blocked it. I can't exactly tell the very deep here, but somebody got to be something. One of those 3 Rebels out there.
Great start for the Rebels defense, now giving their offense excellent field position to go put points on the board and take that lead.
Yeah, Rebels right there left to 26 points or 26 yards. To get to the end zone here, and just like this might be their best opportunity to score.
Rebels on the I formation. Great Hughes, bottom of the screen, that's one set, now turns in motion. Here's the gift. Right back tail Crawford. Crawford's going to tiptoe his way. Now Crawford is behind, gain of about 2 yards.
Yeah, really just looked like there was nothing there. Parents didn't have anywhere to go, tried to help a guy, just got turned over. Yeah, got the bike for about 2 yards.
Ted Crawford makes it a great football as we make relocation of runners up as we've seen. West Tuscaloosa campaign, he has taken off. Rebels up the line, knocks the window now in at receiver. He's the furthest. Bottom of your screen, Cole Turner in the slot. It's a play action to Crawford. He's got nothing downfield, so he's going to tuck and run. And a big hit there from number 5. Rodney Johnson. There's a flag down in the backfield.
Yeah, and that flag looked like it was about in the area of a holding call, and it looks like the offensive line knows, and they're walking back.
Holding is the call against the Rebels, so it's a break there. After a pretty good scramble for Brent, but obviously that holding is what made the scramble happen. Looks like.
Looks like it. Especially Brian's right past that tackle, and flag got thrown, so got to see the referee was there and trying to.
So they're going to bring him a 2nd and long here. The ball will not be placed on the 36-yard line. Here's the 2nd and long situation. Here's there. We know Cole Turner has got the athleticism and speed to make plays happen in the field. Just couldn't quite hold out that.
It's not a perfect throw, but that's still a catch you got to make. And that ball is right there for Nice to grab and run and possibly make that long first down. And now it looks like
the offense might stay on the field for this one.
See Brandon Glenn out there, unless they're kicking long field goal, but that looks like the offensive unit out there for Rebels.
You know, kind of the no man's land between the 40 and the 30, and we saw Gadsden City, at least in the first drive, not like they had a great offense, so not a bad decision to try to make something happen here.
Yeah, it looks like they might be going for it or taking the late game.
Probably will take a timeout early on. So
Timeout Rebels.
Interesting call for us there. You know, Coach Anderson's cooking up.
Me and you both can see I ain't got to call you.
Going there.
How much time did you say that? Yeah, right.
Vestavia Football is presented by Moe's Original Barbecue, a Southern soul food revival, and brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly, local sense forever. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, you are legendary. St. Vincent's Health System, personalized care and where you need it. Jimmy John's, Vestavia Hills, freaky fast gourmet sandwiches. D1 Birmingham, Vestavia Hills, train different. Bryant Bank, Andrews Sports Medicine, ATI, Mandalucason, Remax, Yanoski Orthodontics, Farmers Insurance, the Stacio Shields Agency, Dr. Melanie Petro, and Progress Bank.
3-yarder from McMeans is up. It's going to be caught in the back of the end zone, and they're going to call a touchback.
And the Rebels just tried to boot that ball away, and no good. That looked maybe about 10 yards short from there, from off the leg for McMeans.
And we saw McMeans at a 45-yarder last week against Spain Park, so we know he had three. It's a big field goal. It looked like it might have gotten tipped at the line, is what we're hearing from our cameraman, John, up here. So is now going to have to take a touchback after the missed field goal because they attempted to return it instead of getting better field position. So they will start at the 20.
All right, and here we go. The Titans taking the field right around that 20-yard mark after that touchback.
So here's Macon. The give is to Miller, and Christopher Miller's got nowhere to go, and the Rebels swarm the ball. Looks like it's on the floor, and the Rebels Houston Owen comes up with it. No signal has been made yet.
Gadsden City claiming he was down. The Rebels claiming they have the ball. Group of referees are sitting there discussing, so we'll see what the call on the field is.
So patiently waiting this one, and they're going to say, never mind, I thought they were saying Rebel football. They're just pushing the Titans away from the referee huddle. And I'm not quite sure.
Referee signaled first down, it appeared.
That would mean it's
then another
Rebel
referee
football.
saying second down. I don't think anyone knows what this confusion on the field is.
And I'm not really sure about moving it to the middle of the field either.
No signal has been made, but Gadsden City is lined up under center, so.
Are they going to replay the down? It might appear they're going to do so. I'm not really sure why. Sounds like something you do in pickup football.
Yeah, that was very strange.
We're 7A football here. Anyways, here's Macon to play action to Miller. Breaks two tackles, and then finally knocked out of bounds by Houston Owen. I think he hadn't had enough of the breaking the tackles.
Yeah, and he looked like he just jumped on his back there and just finally brought down Miller.
A nice play there, though, from DeMarcus Macon, making some plays happen with his legs, showing his athleticism and
Turned
picking
into
about 3 yards.
Yeah, 15-yard loss to about 3-yard gain.
So I guess it's second down now, I believe.
It's a very strange start to this drive.
We had one of these last week in the Spain Park game where Justice Sullivan interception one in the end zone, and referees blew it dead. So Miller, it's going to be a fake to him, and Macon's going to try to make something happen. Nice play there, though, by Aiden Robinson, and they're on the tackle. Justice Sullivan in there as well.
Yeah, and that big hit, that finishing blow delivered by Robinson, just to finally get Miller down on the ground, as we've already seen his swiftness on display.
For sure. So Macon, 2 plays with his legs, and to give the Titans a 3rd and short right here, trying to move the chains for a first down. They do not want to go 2 3 and outs to begin this one. So a twin set at the top of the screen. It's number 8, Jaquan Woods in the slot. He starts to come in motion. Now he's in motion again. It gives to Miller. And I don't know if Miller got it. The Rebels standing him up the line. Michael Lawrence is in there at the bottom of the pile. And the ball came out. I think Jackson Ayers came up with that ball.
And it is 4th down. It's been a very strange start to this first quarter here.
It really has. It looks like the punt unit for the Titans is going to come back, and Joseph Sullivan will trot back a little past midfield to the 40-yard line to receive this one. It's a better punt than last time, but still not very good. To hit a Rebels player on the sideline, the ref continues to walk across midfield to the 47-yard line, so another good field position start for the Rebels.
Yeah, and that ball just went straight out of bounds there off the foot of that punter, and just turned out another great field position for the Rebels, starting 2 drives inside the opponent's 50-yard line. And right here, you got to come up with some points on the board.
Yeah, for sure. The offense has not looked great for Gadsden City. You know, Rebels were just really 2 big plays away, from making things happen, just 2 drop passes. So we know the offense is there, that you need to execute and make it happen. So here it is, 1st and 10 from the Titan 47. It's a gift to Crawford. And nothing going there. A nice tackle there. Big number 99, Jackson Vesey, the freshman defensive lineman.
Wow. Same class as Kirkpatrick.
Yeah, Sam pointed out earlier, number 4, freshman running back Dre Kirkpatrick on the roster. We're not sure what his relation is to former Gadsden City Titan, former Alabama Crimson Tide defensive back Dre Kirkpatrick.
Current Arizona Cardinals defensive back.
Facts, yes. So here it is, 2nd and 11 after the nice play from Vesey to give to Neese. And Neese powers a good run for Landon Neese. Going to get it out to across the 40-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short for the Rebels. A great fullback dive there.
That fullback dive is always there for the Rebels, always good for right around 3 yards. And that time just powered it through for about 8 yards. And it's a great carry there from Neese.
Fantastic play. So a 3rd and about 3 coming up, and the Rebels need a conversion here to try to put some pressure on the defense. Glenn going with a hard count there. The Titans don't budge. Here he is audibling at the line. And it's another quick give to Neese. Neese is close. Can't quite tell with the spot from this angle. It looks to be good enough for a first down. And it is 1st down Rebels.
That's another great carry, and like I said, that's about 3 yards down the fullback dive. Rebels seem to always be able to rely on that play.
No doubt there. So a fresh set of chains here for the Rebels. Here comes Hughes in motion to the bottom of the screen. It's another give to Crawford, and Crawford's got no one on the edge. It looks like that's going to be a holding call. A big run by Crawford nonetheless, down to the 10-yard line. Yeah,
and you mentioned that holding call, and Dawson Ray, I looked down on top of a guy. And then next thing I see a yellow blurb flying across the screen. So
Yeah, 2 yellow flags.
got to
in
assume
fact.
that one of those is on the Rebels. And the first one is a holding. And yes, that will be a holding 10 yards on the Rebels. So basically moving right back to where this drive started.
Yeah, tough break there for the Rebels.
That's 2 holding penalties now, and that offensive line's got to clean that up.
So 5:50 remaining in the first quarter. And the Rebels obviously back 10 yards now with the holding call. Looks like some discussion going on between the referees. I'm not really sure what it is. Maybe we'll
These
get a replay
referees seem a
down.
little lost out here.
So and these penalties are going to offset.
Wow.
Looks like a holding call. And I seen that he signaled a chop block on the defense. I don't really think I've ever seen that one called before, but it was called.
It was.
And it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 37 once again. So a lot of these penalties and interesting play calls and fumbles are now resulting in replays of downs.
Downs in a football game, especially in the first quarter.
Good observation there. So here it is, 1st and 10. Here's the give to Crawford again, and Crawford's got a hole. He's got some blocking out of Crawford inside the 15, 1st down, Rebels.
That was a great run from Crawford. Just kind of let the play develop, and then he just followed his lead blockers all the way down.
And great patience displayed
And
there
there's
from
another
Crawford.
penalty on the field, and the Rebels are moving back yet again.
Oof.
And it's, again, right in the area of holding, possibly again on Dawson Ray. That would be his second, or who was the first holding on? Do you
Actually, I
recall?
have no idea.
It was in the area of Dawson, so this could be possibly his 3rd holding, although I don't think it is. We are not completely sure up here.
So they're going to
Oh.
call, I guess
And
that's
there's a chop block on the Rebels. And I believe that last penalty might have been tripping or something
might
like
have
that.
been, or legal hit below the waist. Or
Yeah, and so here the Rebels are moving back for a chop block. And so this negates that big carry.
2 tough breaks there on big runs for the Rebels, having to get the plays called all the way back because of penalties.
The referee is finally moving the ball backwards. The Rebels are going to be set 15 yards back from that spot, so that'll be about a 40-yard swing there in the Titans' favor.
So once again, the Rebels presented with long yardage to go, and another timeout called by Vestavia, I believe. That's their 2nd of the half. So an interesting decision to go with 2 timeouts early on in this first quarter. We'll be back with you in just a moment.
Vestavia football is presented by Moe's Original Barbecue, a Southern soul food revival, and brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly, local sense forever. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, you are legendary. St. Vincent's Health System, personalized care when and where you need it. Jimmy John's, Vestavia Hills, freaky fast gourmet sandwiches. D1 Birmingham, Vestavia Hills, train different. Bryant Bank, Andrews Sports Medicine, ATI, Mandalucason, Remax, Yanoski Orthodontics, Farmers Insurance, the Stacio Shields Agency, Dr. Melanie Petro, and Progress Bank.
Welcome back, Rebel fans. The Rebels now facing a 2nd and long after the chop block penalty. The Rebels, to the 2nd consecutive drive now, are faced with a down and long yardage to get the 1st down. We saw a 3rd and a mile possession.
Now the Rebels set up with 3rd and 25.
I actually believe it's 1st down. Not sure how, but
Interesting.
so here's Cole Turner in motion to play action to AG. Glenn's going to roll to his right. He's going to throw on the run, and that one's going to be incomplete, intended for Charlie Hughes. Probably just trying to get that one away and get rid of it.
And I guess this is second down. The Rebels had 2 plays. I'm not sure.
I think the one penalty, the holding penalty, got called back, and then they had the offsetting penalties, and then the chop block brought it back. So I think it actually was first down. So this is 2nd and 25.
Okay.
I
We just need
believe.
to lose a yard.
That'd be a good observation there. Sam is actually alluding to 2nd and 26, the famous Alabama play where Tua Tagovailoa flung a touchdown in overtime in the national championship to Devontae Smith to win their 17th national championship. So here's Braden Glenn on 2nd and 25. And this one's broken up to Knox, intended for Knox Romeo. Thought we might have little relive of the moment there as we were talking about it.
Yeah, and that ball just broken up by Nehemiah Washington, that Gadsden City defensive back. I thought that ball was going to be picked off. Braden underthrew it a little bit. Not a terrible throw, but not there.
Yeah, an interesting move to throw that deep ball to Knox Romeo. Obviously not the biggest of receivers. Cole Turner, obviously our biggest. Charlie Hughes, not a small receiver, but Knox is not at the biggest size. Usually a good, slant route runner who, when he's got open field,
He's
and
a good
obviously,
slot receiver.
Yes, and Knox has got some burners too. If he gets open field, look at him run, he can move. So 3rd and 25 for the Rebels. The refs once again discussing some things. This is a
Penalty on the
sportsmanlike
defense.
conduct on Gadsden City.
Rebels will take that. That gets them right back to 3rd and 10.
The yellow sandbag has been on the field
A lot.
a multitude of times tonight. So the Rebels are gonna
That
move
is an
up.
automatic first down. So this whole thing.
What?
6 plays later, 1st and 10 from the same spot.
No, they think they're gonna call it 3rd down. I think it wasn't a personal foul. It is.
Oh, I saw the referee. He signaled first. So I thought that was...
I think
It's my
we've seen these
mistake.
referees are a little bit confused.
They do
with
look
some
very
things tonight.
confused.
So here we go, 3rd and 10, I believe, from the
Who knows
37.
at this point.
It's Cole Turner and Charlie Hughes to the bottom of your screen as a twin set. Pro formation for the Rebels. It's a play action to Agee, and this one's caught. It's a nice move. Across the 20. Just inside the 20 to about the 17. And a huge play from Cole Turner.
Yeah, that was a great play there, just to rip that ball away from the defender, trying to intercept that, and then make a nice spin move and get the first down and put the Rebels right within striking distance of that end zone.
Yeah, put that ball in a pretty tight window to Braden Glenn, but Cole Turner, as you said, Sam, great way to snatch it away from the defender, make a nice spin move there, and get into the red zone to pick up a big first down.
And now the Rebels are just a few yards back where that original Taylor Crawford carry would have put them.
So here we are, 1st and 10. Crawford is back into the game for the Rebels. There's a heavy package in there with Will Cox, number 87, getting a good block there. And Crawford's going to cut his way back across the line. Might have gotten a few yards. Looks like he's out across the 15. So maybe a pickup of 2 or 3.
Not a terrible first down play from the Rebels, just looking to pick up some good yardage. Set themselves up for a second and manageable.
And no doubt, obviously, I think, Sam, when you and I were calling the Hewitt game, we did a great job of just getting, 3 or 4 yards each run and just kind of wearing down the defense a little bit. So here is the 2nd, and we'll say 7. And it's a give to Neese. Neese is going to spin his way through a couple of defenders.
Looks like he could have even gotten the first down there.
That fullback dive, a very, very efficient play for this Rebels offense. Let's see what they're going to signal. Looks like it's going to be just about a yard short, so a 3rd and short coming up. Looks like they're going to call time to measure this.
The chains are out on the field, and it appears to be a little bit short.
So they're going to call him about a half yard short. So we all know what's coming next. The famous QB sneak.
Braden probably looking to get in the end zone here. He's gotten some long runs off a QB sneak before in the past, so we'll see what happens here.
No doubt. I think Braden's always looking to get in the end zone on those QB sneaks. You never know what they're going to go for.
You never know. And the Rebels, you never know when they're going to do a quarterback sneak. A couple weeks ago, we did it on 1st and 10 against Thompson.
There's a very, very factual statement there. So here it is, running up to the line. It's a QB sneak. And a pretty good play there by the deep line from Gadsden City, although I think Braden's going to get the first down. Didn't get a lot of yardage. And they are going to signal first down, so first and goal, Rebels off the QB sneak.
Yeah, and it looks like he only needed about 6 inches to a foot there on that sneak. So Braden's always good for usually a couple of yards, definitely a couple of feet.
For sure. The Rebels now have a first and goal at the 6-yard line.
Looking to finally get in this end zone after this very long and arduous first quarter.
Good way to describe it there. The heavy package remains in there. Will Cox, the second tight end. Romeo, the lone receiver, at the bottom of the screen. It's a give to Crawford. And Crawford tries to bounce it outside, but he is taken down by number 31, Jamonte Lee.
And just nowhere to go there for Crawford, and he just turned the corner, and there were 3 Titans right there in his grill, and so nothing to do there.
So now second and goal is going to be run from the 10-yard line, so a loss of about 4 there on the carry. This Rebels offense is a little stagnant tonight. So about 2 minutes remain in the first quarter. Trying to punch this one in before the quarter ends. So here it is, heavy package, still in the game. Receiver is number 43, Braden Duke. And the give is to AG. We know his speed, trying to get the edge. Taken down at about the 5-yard line.
And AG looks like he was limping on that run.
Calvin
Hopefully
Wilson.
He's not too hurt.
A nice play there by Calvin Wilson on the tackle. So a third and goal coming up, and you got to believe this is 4-down territory if you're Coach Anderson and the Rebels.
Yeah, when you're this close, you always want to punch it in for that touchdown.
It's number 31, Rob Warnock, in the game as receiver. Haven't seen much of him this year. The give is to AG once more, and a good block. It's a touchdown. Brian AG.
Yeah, that was right there after that, off that block from Warnock, and he just poked straight through that hole and got the Rebels 6.
And Warnock, obviously a guy of a bit of thicker size, got a lot of strength to him. Obviously lining him out there to get a good block, and he did his job.
He did.
So a solid job there from the junior receiver. And so here's the water bucket play. We saw a little trickeration last week. Hoke Smith, our starting tackle, number 74, got a 2-point conversion on the pitch to him. It looks like this is going to be an extra point attempt for McMeans. And this one is up, and this one is good. 7-0 Rebels lead off the touchdown from Brian Agee. We'll be back with you in
Vestavia football is presented by Moe's Original Barbecue, a Southern soul food revival, and brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly, local sense forever. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, you are legendary. St. Vincent's Health System, personalized care when and where you need it. Jimmy John's, Vestavia Hills, freaky fast gourmet sandwiches. D1 Birmingham, Vestavia Hills, train different. Bryant Bank, Andrews Sports Medicine, ATI, Mandalucason, Remax, Yanoski Orthodontics, Farmers Insurance, the Stacio Shields Agency, Dr. Melanie Petro, and Progress Bank.
Rebel fans, in case you missed it, Brian Agee punched in the first touchdown of this one on a 3rd and goal. So the Rebels lead 7-0. Matthew McMeans now set to kick off. Back deep to the JV Byers. It's a good kick. Byers going to field it at about the 2. And Thomas Washington, another special teams tackle, returns to about the 27. So that's where the Titans will take over.
Yeah, and I feel like we'll be calling Thomas's name a lot tonight on defense. And he appears to be staying on the field here for this first defensive set. Looking to stop the Titans.
So now just under a minute and a half remaining in the quarter. The Titans will see what they can do before the end of the quarter. Obviously, we have seen DeMarcus Macon's scrambling ability tonight. Haven't seen much of his arm ability. So we'll look to see if we can see more of that. It's going to be a quick pass intended for so that was intended for DeMarcus Macon as he lines up a receiver now. That one's going to be dropped short. Looks like number 6, Brady Troop, the senior quarterback, is now in the game.
It'll look like a little Drew Brees Taysom Hill action here.
And most possibly a little Max Slade Bolden. We haven't seen Slade Bolden this year. We know what he's capable of.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, with Auburn, you never know who they're sticking back there at quarterback.
Yeah, we might get Macon out there running some slants for that Michael Thomas like S, although he probably won't catch it.
So here is Troop back to pass. He's going to look towards Macon, and Macon's got and DeMarcus Macon into the end zone for a Gadsden down. So it looks like a good move to stick him at receiver. He's going to
Michael Thomas going out for a deep route and converting on that. And that's the Titans and looking to add on 7 here with this extra point. That makes that behind that Rebels defense.
Yeah.
One thing that they probably didn't back out wide. However, Titans taking it very serious, and they were looking to go deep.
Got to believe number 9, Jackson Ayers, in coverage there, just didn't quite know his speed out in the open field. Haven't quite seen it displayed yet. This extra point is up.
Good.
And it's good. So Gadsden City answers quickly with a long pass. This one up at 7. We'll be back.
Vestavia football is presented by Moe's Original Barbecue, a Southern soul food revival, and brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly, local scents forever. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, you are legendary. St. Vincent's Health System, personalized care when and where you need it. Jimmy John's, Vestavia Hills, freaky fast gourmet sandwiches. D1 Birmingham, Vestavia Hills, train different. Bryant Bank, Andrews Sports Medicine, ATI, Mandalucason, Remax, Yanoski Orthodontics, Farmers Insurance, the Stacio Shields Agency, Dr. Melanie Petro, and Progress Bank.
Welcome back, Rebel fans. In case you missed it, the long Troop to DeMarcus Macon tied this one up at 7. Here's the Gadsden City kickoff. It's going to be fielded by Crawford at the 10. And Crawford's going to call the football up. And it looks like the top of that one, and a scare there for Rebel fans. Looks like Crawford was just kind of hit in the arm and lost the football.
Looks like that ball got jumped up by Knox Romeo. And it was. Knox was always there to just jump on that ball, it appears. And Taylor Crawford was just carrying that ball really loose.
Yeah, for sure. It looked like he was kind of jogging there. It wouldn't look like he was going full speed, maybe trying to find a hole. But thankfully the Rebels have retained possession of the football. They'll take over at their own 29.
It's the first time the Rebels have had to start a drive in their own territory, and so we'll see how they fare, looking to go 71 yards here.
For sure. We saw a great rushing attack with Brian Agee and Taylor Crawford last drive. So Hughes and Turner, your receivers. Agee and Neeson there behind Glenn. And once again, some confusion with the referees. Looks like it might have been an injured Titan there on the sideline, trying to make his way over far enough off the sideline where they can resume play. So here we go. So here is 1st and 10 for the Rebels. Here's Glenn making an audible at the line. And it looked like it might have been a false start there by Cole Turner. Might have been just got a little ahead of himself there and tripped up. So they'll move the Rebels back 5 yards.
Yeah, it looked like he just jumped and kind of flinched a little early.
So not the start you want if you're the Rebels in this offense possession, trying to go back up in this one after a quick score and tie from the Titans.
Rebels have had some penalties that have just killed them, and looking this drive to stay away from penalties, and not a great start for if you're looking for that.
So AG and Nice remain in the game. It's Hughes and Romeo now. Twins at the top of your screen. This is a give to AG, and AG's going to be tackled immediately. Might have gotten 2 yards, but a nice play and then dance there by number 99, Jackson Vesey. It's his second tackle tonight. The freshman defensive lineman making a statement early on.
Yeah, now the Rebels are set up with a 2nd and long here. It is a 2nd and 13 from the 26-yard line upcoming for the Rebels.
So here we go, needing a positive play are the Rebels. Here comes Turner in motion, and it's going to be a fake reverse. And Glenn's going to look deep now. And Hughes is going to come up with a great reception. Looks like he slipped a little bit into triple coverage. First down there for the Rebels.
Yeah, it looks like he backed away. And then the last second got his breadbasket back together to haul that ball in.
And Braden Glenn really playing with fire there, kind of slow playing. The ball walking away. All of a sudden decided to fling it downfield. But a great throw from him, putting it just in the right place. And Hughes, what a great reception.
Exactly, and now the Rebels flip the field, and they're on the opposite 35.
So try to get one last play before the end of the quarter. Here is the give to Nice, and Nice is going nowhere. 3 Titans were in there on the tackle. And that is the end of the first quarter. Your score, Vestavia Hills 7, Gadsden City 7.
This quarter is brought to you with limited commercial interruption, courtesy of Moe's Original Barbecue, a Southern soul. This quarter is brought to you with limited commercial interruption, courtesy of Piggly Wiggly. Piggly Wiggly, local sense forever.
Welcome back, Rebel fans. We are set to begin the second quarter here. Vestavia Hills and Gadsden City all knotted up at 7. In case you missed it, Braden Glenn, 2 plays ago, a long pass to Charlie Hughes, complete for 39 yards. Just a perfectly placed ball off a fake reverse.
Yeah, that was just a great play there for the Rebels. And for any of our other Alabama high school football fans out there, Thompson is currently beating Hoover 7-0 into the first quarter. Or excuse me, 7-7. Hoover got a quick score in there at the end. So 7-7 in that 1-2 matchup in the state.
Good deal. So Twins to the bottom of your screen. It's Hughes in the slot, Turner to the outside. AG remains in there as the tailback. And it's the give to AG. He's going to hurdle offensive lineman, and he's going to be met immediately. Both by number 45, Deshaun Keat, and number 20, Brandon Martin. So Gadsden City doing a really good job right now defending the run. Not so much the pass, as we've seen a lot of open pass plays, just hasn't been receptions.
For sure, and that Gadsden City front 7 is doing a great job, like you alluded to, and they're just bowing up and not letting the Rebels get too many long runs. I mean, I know that we've broken about 1 or 2, but some of those long runs have been called back due to holdings, which have been the main reason that long run occurred.
So 3rd and 7 here for the Rebels. Most likely, once again, 4-down territory. It's a play action to AG. The throw is to Nice, and the flat to his outside, an incomplete pass, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Looks like the Rebels are keeping the offense on the field, at least for the time being.
You got to believe it's a good call here. Obviously, it means misses last one from 53.
And if he kicked from here, it would be 49. And that last one was very short, but it was tipped at the line. So we'll see how much faith the coaches put in their kicker, or if they decide to go for it on this fourth and 6.
As the Rebels will like to go for it, so a big play here. It's Cole Turner coming in motion. Head to the top of your screen. He's going to look that way. Glenn's going to step. He's going to throw. Turner caught. To the 1 yard line. Thought he might have gotten in for a touchdown. That's a huge play for the Rebels and a great ball from Braden Glenn.
Yeah, that was just a great throw and great route there by Cole Turner as he appeared to be throwing a little out route right at the change and then just turned it upfield. And Braden found him, and that was a great completion there.
So we see both Charlie Hughes and Cole Turner come out, knocks Romeo in, but that also means big number 87, Will Cox, is in as a second tight end. We know that means heavy package in the run. It's Glenn on a QB sneak, and a nice hit there. Gadsden City defensive lineman's going to keep him out of the end zone.
It looked like Braden was just about to fall into the end zone, and then that hit, like you mentioned, kept him out of there. Braden looks a little shaken up. It's Gadsden City front ready for this next play.
Yeah, they're already in a 3-point stance on their knees, getting ready to go. So Hughes back into the ball game. He's going to replace Knox Romeo. Cox remains in the game, and Agee staying back there at tailback. Here's the give to Agee, and he's going to find his way. Second touchdown of the night.
Just dove in that end zone. He had that hole and just had to peep his head through and got in the end zone there.
You got to believe all those short yardage situations, especially on the goal line, Agee is a great back to get there because if you can just get him to get the edge, he's going to score all day. He's just got tremendous speed.
For sure. The Rebels, once again, in this water bucket formation, we'll see what they're doing.
So here it is, the point after coming up. McMean's been seemingly perfect this year on extra points. This one's up, and this one falls right into that category. Hey, it is good. 14-7 Rebels lead. We'll be right back with you after a word from our local stations.
Vestavia Football is presented by Moe's Original Barbecue, a Southern soul food revival, and brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly, local sense forever. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, you are legendary. St. Vincent's Health System, personalized care when and where you need it. Jimmy John's, Vestavia Hills, freaky fast gourmet sandwiches. D1 Birmingham, Vestavia Hills, train different. Bryant Bank, Andrews Sports Medicine, ATI, Mandalucason, Remax, Yanoski Orthodontics, Farmers Insurance, the Stacio Shields Agency, Dr. Melanie Petro, and Progress Bank.
Standing tonight.
Looks like the Titans are trying to find holes that just aren't there.
And no doubt about that. So it looks like DeMarcus Macon is going to be back at receiver here, I think at the bottom of your screen, if I'm not mistaken. Brady Troop. Macon at the top of your screen. Looks like some miscommunication there, and Troop's got nowhere to go.
Yeah, it looks like the Titans just did not know what was happening there. As Troop tried to hand it off, and running back went the other way. Then he tried to throw it, and the receivers were blocking, and Just a bad dead play there.
Lane Wesenhunt and Carter Tyus back there to bring down Troop. So a 2nd and long coming up for the Titans. You got to believe in a passing situation, Troop's going to be looking for his favorite target, Macon, as we've already seen him throw it to him twice in his 2 passing attempts.
He has.
Instead, it's going to be a give to Miller. Christopher Miller not picking up much, so it's still going to be a 3rd and long, about 14 yards to the first down marker.
And this is right where the Rebels want to get these Titans 3rd and long. And a great opportunity coming up here for the Rebels defense, and then hopefully to turn it into their offense with good field position.
Let's see what impact the D-line has here. We saw Michael Lawrence and Josh Cheetah making big plays last week from the D-line. And they're going to bring some pressure on this one. Troop's going to step up, and he's going to fire across the middle to make it. Play there from sophomore one up.
That was great there from Wilcox, just getting his arm in there at the last second and breaking that ball up. Now the Titans are on to punt, and their punts have not fared well for them tonight. 1 blocked and 1 shanked, so
yeah, they have
we'll
not.
see how this punt works out.
Joseph Sullivan is back to receive for the Rebels. You got to believe the Rebels are going to bring some pressure here as they do. Just gets this one away. And Joseph Sullivan's going to let this one go, and it takes a very favorable Rebels bounce. It might have hit out of bounds. So I think it did. That's where they're going to mark them at the 46-yard line. So the Rebels, pretty good field position to start this one. Obviously not starting in Titan territory, but only 4 yards away from it.
Sure. This is one thing the Rebels have been very fortunate about tonight. Their worst starting field position has been the 29-yard line. So hopefully that trend will continue.
So it looks like Teo Crawford is back in there at tailback. We saw him fumble that ball on the last kickoff return. Might be why he was out on that last possession. It's going to be Glenn back to pass. He's got Crawford with a lot of room in front of him. And a nice reception. Bounce off a tackler. Crawford. Oh, little hurdle there. High step out across the 20-yard line. They're in the red.
Yeah, that's a great catch and run there from Taylor Crawford, and we mentioned it last week. For any of our fantasy owners out there, that's what you always want to see from your running backs. You want to see them getting out in the flat, and it's just what Taylor did there, and just got out in the flat and made something happen with his legs and got picked up about 34 yards there.
Speaking of fantasy owners, I got to believe that Taylor Crawford, you can tell me if I'm wrong, I believe he looks a lot like Alvin Kamara there.
He did on that run.
He did, especially running back and into our screen with the shield and the dreads. Looking like a lethal running back.
There's a false start from the Rebels. That looks to be Hoke Smith as he just kind of fell forward.
An uncharacteristic mistake there from the junior tackle. We have seen a lot of good from him this year. Can't even imagine what he'll be like next year. Obviously a guy who just keeps continuing to get better throughout the course of the season, and we know the kind of worker that he is. You know, as we could say that about all of our offensive line, but especially our tackles this year, because Dawson Ray, as I've said multiple times on the broadcast, he has improved tremendously.
He has.
This season.
Starting to pick up some small school offers from Ray.
So here's Cole Turner in motion. He's going to head back out to the bottom of the screen. It's going to be a quick pass out to Hughes, and it's caught there out across the original line of scrimmage. Looks like it's going to be about a 6-yard gain. So 2nd down and 9 coming up. The Rebels continue to run plays out of the Classic I tonight. Haven't seen much of the pro set. Here's a give to Crawford, and Crawford's going to be hit quickly.
Looks like he got right about the back to the line of scrimmage, and Rebels are presented with about a 3rd and 9 upcoming.
Man, Jackson Vesey, who said his name a lot tonight, the freshman defensive lineman in there for another tackle. The good thing about him getting tackles, he gets a little dance after the tackle. Kind of nice to see that, even if you're not a Titan fan. Always love to see fun being brought to the game. And as you can see out in the stands there, you can see some Rebel students lined up. We've brought a little bit of fans over. So here it is, 3rd and 9, this time out of the pro set. Glenn's going to look to the end zone. He's got Hughes, touchdown.
That was a great pitch and catch there. His throw was just wide open, and Braden got the ball to him.
So a big-time pass there from Braden Glenn, finally starting to get going now. He's 6 of 11, already 139 yards, and that is his first touchdown of the evening.
And Braden's really been connecting on those deep balls tonight. That's been possibly his biggest struggle of the season so far, and looks like this game and the Spain Park game, he's really started clicking, and not sure if it's some team chemistry or he's just in a different mode, but he has been playing lights out these past couple games.
And really ever since that Thompson game, he has really gotten things going through the passing game. So McMeans, his extra point is up. Looks good from here, and it is good. 21-7, the Rebels lead the Titans. We'll be right back with you after a word from your.
Vestavia football is presented by Moe's Original Barbecue, a Southern soul food revival, and brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly, local sense forever. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, you are legendary. St. Vincent's Health System, personalized care when and where you need it. Jimmy John's, Vestavia Hills, freaky fast gourmet sandwiches. D1 Birmingham, Vestavia Hills, train different. Bryant Bank, Andrews Sports Medicine, ATI, Mandalucason, Remax, Yanoski Orthodontics, Farmers Insurance, the Stacio Shields Agency, Dr. Melanie Petro, and Progress Bank.
For a touchdown, and that is a touchback. A great kick from McMeans there. So the Titans will start this one at their own 20. And just to update you, college football fans, the hometown UAB Blazers take on a big opponent tonight in the Louisiana Lafayette Raging Cajuns. The Cajuns dropping their first game to Coastal Carolina last Wednesday. Had a big upset win over Iowa State in the first game of the year, so we know a strong team is within Louisiana. 3-3 right now is the score. We'll keep you updated on that one as this one progresses as well. So here is the 1st and 10. It's a throw from Troop, complete this time to a different receiver other than Macon. That is Jaquan Woods. We have seen him returning a lot of balls tonight, and obviously Macon looking his way a few times when he was in at quarterback.
Yeah, and Woods just went up and had to go get that ball and just came down with it for a nice pickup of 7 or 8 yards and set the Titans up with a 2nd and short. And you might be looking for another deep ball here to make him as he's lined out wide.
He got him isolated, him and Cam Liaka out there. So a 2nd and 3 here for Gadsden City. It is a give to Christopher Miller. The big body of Christopher Miller going to drag some Rebel defenders with him. He takes us out to the 35. And a first down, Gadsden City. They actually just referred to him over the PA as C.J. Miller, so I will start going to C.J. Miller instead of Christopher.
All right, and the Titans back in the shotgun formation, looking to snap the ball here. A little bit of confusion. Looks over to the sideline. Maybe change the play call here.
Gadsden City finally getting things together. Troop relaying the play to his O-line. First down pass for Troop. He's going to look towards Macon. And Macon get some contact there. Cam Liaka obviously did not see the yellow sandbags on the field as he came up waving his arms for an incomplete pass, but there are about 3 flags there. Kind of underthrown, so, a little bit of a tough penalty call there
And it is on the Rebels.
Vestavia Hills. So that is going to move the Titans up 15 yards and give them a first down.
That's good for Gadsden City. First down.
So tough break there for Liaka and the Rebels defense. So here's a first down play from midfield to give to C.J. Miller. And Miller continues to run hard. He's dragging Rebels with him after contact. He's going to get about 2 to 3 yards there on that carry.
Now the Titans set up with about a second and appears to be 7 upcoming. Looking to capitalize off that pass interference call there.
Yeah, no doubt there. Looks like Kamari Smith and Jaquan Woods are going to line up in a twin set at the bottom of the screen. Just under 5 minutes now remaining in the half. So here's Stroop rolling to his right. It's a quick pass complete and never was quite caught. I thought it was. That was intended there for number 88, Colton Sandridge, the tight end.
Yeah, and Sandridge there just kind of looked like he was bobbling the ball for a little bit and then just lost it. And the ball kind of fell to the ground right at his feet. And now the Titans are set up with this third and a little long, 3rd and 7. Rebels looking to stop this drive here.
Yeah, so a big play here for both squads, obviously. Rebels defense wanting to keep momentum and stop them here, and the Titans desperately needing a first down to try to get back into this ball game before the end of the half. And we know the Rebels offense is going to get the ball to begin the half, so the Titans definitely feeling some urgency.
Titans are calling a timeout here as they did not like what either they were doing or what they saw from the defense there.
And so that is their first of the half. So 3rd and 7 coming up now. We'll be back with you in just a moment.
This quarter is brought to you with limited commercial interruption, courtesy of Moe's Original Barbecue, a Southern soul food revival. This quarter is brought to you with limited commercial interruption, courtesy of Piggly Wiggly. Piggly Wiggly, local sense forever.
Folks, we'd like to ask that you wear your masks, social distance as much as possible. Also, please don't stand near the fence or gather in large groups. Thank you for your assistance this evening.
Welcome back, Rebel fans. We got a big 3rd and 7 coming up here for Gadsden City. Obviously, if you're a Titan fan, you need a conversion here, and you want something in the end zone before the end of this half, as you know the Rebels are getting this ball to begin the second half. A little under 5 minutes to go. Rebels lead the Titans 21-7. So an interesting set here for Gadsden City. And Troop's going to look to pass. He's got a lot of pressure coming at him. And this ball is intended once again for Sandridge, and it's incomplete. Joseph Sullivan in there on the coverage.
Yeah, it looked like that ball was starting a little low, and just Sandridge had to make a diving attempt for it and just could not come up with it. Even if the pass was completed, I don't believe it would have been a first down conversion.
So it looks like the Gadsden City offense going to stay on the field. They need a big conversion here. Looks like Troop's trying to get his guys up to the line quickly. Trying to draw the Rebels defense off sides, but they cannot do that. So now Troop calling an audible. Send Woods in motion. And now Woods is going to come back and punt the ball away. An interesting play there from Gadsden City. And a nice punt from Jaquan Woods. It's going to go inside the 20. It's a little
like
Auburn-ish stuff there. Getting a receiver to punt the football. So 1st and 10 coming up for the Rebels at the 20-yard line. So obviously the Rebels are, going to want to push the pace here and try to get the ball into the end zone before the end of the first half and try to take a 3-score lead going to the locker room, knowing you're getting the football to begin the second half. And if you can punch in the score here and a score there, 28-point lead is looking very, very nice to the outcome of this one. So the classic I formation is the set the Rebels come out and to begin the drive, and it's a play action to Agee. Glenn rolls to his right, and it's a pass intended for Hastings Sykes, and a nice play there from Jaden Lawson to close on that one and break it up. Almost had an interception.
Yeah, and that's a few times that Glenn has been pretty close there to throwing an interception, and luckily has not connected with the defensive back just yet.
You know, Lawson came just jutting out of the picture there, into the picture, I should say, excuse me. Looked like Hastings Sykes had a wide open catch and run there, and then all of a sudden, here comes number 12 making a nice play. Good close on the football there from Lawson. As you can see in the background there, we're waiting for the teams to come out here. A little pickup football game over there near the police cars in that little green area. Try to commentate on that one next time. Here comes Romeo in motion for the Rebels. And it's a play action once again. He's looking downfield. It's got and a big from Turner. He has really been utilized in the last 2 games.
Like we said earlier, Braden Glenn is just connecting on those deep balls, and this is making him a completely different quarterback.
And unfortunately, there is a yellow sandbag on the field, and that is going to be holding against the Rebels. Not what you want to see if you're Rebel fans. A lot of big plays.
Wiped off the board.
Wiped
there
off the
from
board,
holding.
yes, exactly.
Definitely not what you want to see there. As that is, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the third holding call that has negated a very large play for the Rebels. Updating you on that Hoover-Thompson game. Thompson is now beating Hoover 14-10 after a big pass play.
So 4:21 remains here in the first half. And the Rebels pinned against their own territory after the holding call. It's a 2nd and long. So here's Glenn to pass. And this pass is just too high for Hastings Sykes.
And he had Sykes, just could not connect there.
Interesting call there to throw one out into the flats. Obviously a far pass for not much yardage, especially in a situation where you're pinned against your own goal line.
For sure. And excuse me on that 14-10 Thompson. Thompson did miss the extra point, so now it's a 3-point game instead of a 4-point game.
Interesting, too. Thompson's kicker, I cannot quite remember his name, but that man had a great leg on him. Surprised he missed the extra point. So here it is, 3rd and long. It's a pro set for the Rebels, meaning they're going to try to do something here, even in a 3rd and long situation. And they're going to give the ball to Agee. We know Agee's speed and quickness, but he can't quite get much going. And guess who it is? It's Jackson Vesey in there, now showing off his little dance after the tackle, and not a good sign there as Brian Agee is down on the ground for the Rebels.
Agee just looks a little slow to get up, and hopefully he is not too hurt there for the Rebels. As I mentioned earlier, he appeared to be limping earlier on the field, and wish the best for him. And also this Rebels football team, is they're going to be missing him without him. And if he is out, even for this drive, next drive, I mean, Taylor Crawford will have to pick up a load with taking a lot of carries, and wish the best for Agee and his health there.
This quarter is brought to you with limited commercial interruption, courtesy of Piggly Wiggly. Piggly Wiggly. Local sense forever.